What has simultaneously gotten worse and more expensive? Big Macs. That burger patty is a stone's throw away from being a slice of roast beef. Cable internet providers. Oh yes, sorry, your trial period was over. Your bill went up $200. Oh no, we didn't promise you 200 MB/s download speed constantly. We said up to. Read the fine print. D. Cable television. More commercials. Channels upon channels of crap. Ridiculous bill. I swear that Reese's peanut butter cups have gotten crappier over the years. The peanut butter seems chalkier and the chocolate tastes blander. Plus I can't ever seem to pry them out of that little cup wrapper without leaving the bottom chocolate skin stuck to it. I think the push to put them in the freezer and eat them chilled is a ploy to cover the decline in quality. Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know if it's just me, but their prices have gone up and the quality has gone down. As someone shopping for a house, I have to say homes. Not only has the real estate market been ridiculously inflated, especially in New York City, my residence, I'm finding that the actual quality of a lot of these homes are absolute crap. Due to the ability to find and source cheap materials and labor, developers are able to make huge profits off high prices and low costs. It's making me really rethink if I want to buy a house, or just use all that money to aggressively invest. Clothes. Very few companies make clothes to last, and fast fashion is rising, while the cost of items continue to increase. Scented candles. Yankee Candle in particular used to be the candle that was considered premium. But while they've never been cheap, at least a while ago it was worth the money. But now they are just exorbitant in price. They don't smell like they used to, and they are not worth the money. Privacy and anonymity. Photo booths. Oh, the old ones were so cool. 4 different real photos for $1. Now you pay $7 for 4 identical bad laser prints. People outside the UK probably won't care, but the Christmas tins of Quality Street. My university education. Specifically this year, they are raising tuition, and fall semester has no in-person sessions. College tuition. When I hear college used to be paid with a summer job, my eyes get watery. I'm a college student. Ice cream with fudge in it. Used to get massive slabs of fudge, now they just have tiny nuggets. Smarties. Never been right since they got rid of all the artificial colors. Better for you, I'm sure. But chemical blue was the best flavor. Clothes. Even a sweater from the Gap is like $70 now, even though the quality is about 10% better than Old Navy. Goddammit clothes retailers. Settle down or I will go naked. Edit. To the people suggesting thrift stores. I agree. It's thrilling to find something special and cheap. You wash it, you're good to go. Plus retail clothing is so effing expensive nowadays that I would rather someone else take the hit of driving it off the lot. I remember the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts to be bigger and cheaper. All Cadbury's products. I'm sure this will get overlooked, but KFC. I remember growing up a whole family could eat there, and it was great. Now it's just garbage. Super greasy. And will cost you an arm and a leg for a dang bucket of chicken. They have gotten way worse and the price has went up. New homes. Cookie cutter houses. Built with cheap contractors who cut corners left and right. Situated in neighborhoods with ever higher HOA fees. And the HOAs are getting more expensive too. Certain house appliances. My grandma has had the same fridge for 40 years. My parents recently had to replace this. It's their third in 20 years. Everything Nestle takes over. Ice cream containers that were originally 1/2 gallon have been shrinking. They went from 64 ounces to 56 ounces and now 48 ounces. But the price hasn't shrunk. It's been increasing steadily. And the quality often isn't as good as it used to be when containers were a true 1/2 gallon. You should be asking what hasn't. Size of bags of chips. Face razors. They had it perfected with double-edged blades and a metal razor. Cheap and incredible shaves. Modern plastic disposable razors are worse on your skin, give a worse shave, and grotesquely expensive. They are nothing more than monopolies controlling the availability and accessibility. When you go to the razor section at the store, you can only choose from their garbage. I give double-edged metal razors to men and women loved ones as gifts, and universally their minds are blown realizing how much better and less expensive they are. There used to be this burger joint called Joe's Cab Block near me. Great place. I miss it so much. A few months before it closed down, I was there and the owner, Joe, was having a heated conversation with one of his suppliers on the phone. After he hung up, he looked over at me and just said, "Price goes up, quality goes down." It took me a while to realize that wasn't an asshole supplier he was dealing with. Just a fact of life. People like Joe can't tolerate that. That's why the truly great things never last. Only the mediocre things are able to endure long enough to degrade into the universally hated embodiment of entropy that the physical world allows for. Health insurance. Almost everything. Planned obsolescence and expediency has taken the place of quality and craftsmanship. Grocery store ice cream. Food. Unless you make it yourself. Even then, ingredient quality is lacking, unless you're dropping way too much money. Panera bread. Not Arizona tea. That's for Dangsia Reddit. Thank you, fellow Redditor, for my first award. You are so kind. College education in the US. Prague. I went earlier this year. It feels like Disneyland with the amount of tourists and tourist traps. And it isn't really cheap anymore compared with other cities in Europe. I visited Poland, Gdansk and Wrocław twice last year, and enjoyed those trips a lot more. For me, the movie-going experience. Tickets have skyrocketed in price. So have snacks, drinks, etc. Then you get the pleasure of sitting through 30 minutes of ads and previews. Then the sound is usually ducked up, and we are either loud or completely unbalanced. Typical incredibly loud action sequences, but you can't hear all the ducking mumbling actors. Duck you Eddie Redmayne. I've been to maybe 2 or 3 movies a year until COVID hit. Not sure I'll ever go back. Running for political office. Life. Coca-Cola, no real sugar. Just HFCS. A shrinkflation has hit soda pretty hard. All candy kinda sucks more, and you get less. Insurance in general. THX Congress and lobbyists for ducking everyone over. This goes for both political parties in Congress currently. If it's not obvious yet, then I hate both parties with a passion. Wood is getting worse, because old growth makes the best building lumber. But of course, if you cut down all the old trees, there are no more old trees to cut down. This coming from an avid Apple user. Apple computers. I'd rather take 1 centimeter extra thickness and more ports than using a hub for everything. Cell service. Closed. Edit. Thanks for the upvotes and the comments. The clothes in Ireland and Britain tend to be a rip-off. Toys. I have toys from 10 years ago that are still in great condition for a low price. But the toys I see on shelves nowadays look like crap, and are hella expensive. Not to mention break within 5 minutes of use. Doesn't apply to Lego. Edit. Alright. I gotta mute this now cause my phone is blowing up. But it was nice to talk to all you guys. I'm glad we can almostly agree on this. Second edit. Okay, I know it's mostly seen as cringy, but to the person who just gave me gold, thank you so much. I've never gotten a gold award before. So thank you. Movies, bigger budgets. Less creative concepts / writing. Most blockbusters are just derivative of pre-existing intellectual property fields. Cabled Reddit. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. It'll help the sting of having to threaten to cancel service next month. Education. Long ago, the premise of institutional education provided promise. As the information age progresses, the quality of institutional education has dramatically reduced, but the expenses of education has risen dramatically. With the rise of computers and online education, people are learning elsewhere, even though the legitimacy of institutional certification remains large. For that reason, the quality of education received is vastly poor, since people will be enrolling regardless of any pressure to improve themselves. Gaming. Mainly microtransactions and subscription-based purchases. Smartphones in general. They made it less modular and more disposable. It's like you're forced to change your phone every 2 years. Even when the only problem is a battery, which in the past is removable and can easily be replaced. Air travel. Remember when you got a meal? Remember when you didn't have to pay to check a bag? Remember when your friends could wait at the gate for you? The basic American dream. Housing edit. Thanks for the award, kind stranger. I didn't think my comment would get this much attention. But wow. Anything EA. College. Edit cucked by autocorrect. Edit 2. My most upvoted comment ever is about the failing education system of my country. This is most unfortunate.